CGTN live stream. I'm reporter Cu Huiao.
And I'm Oscar Margain. Thank you for joining us today. And we are at the
high-end equipment pavilion, one of the most popular pavilions. You'll see there will be a lot of visitors coming across each other just because of all those dazzling machines, right?
Exactly. It's very impressive. We see some robotic arms right now. And obviously this is what catches your attention as soon as you walk into the pavilion. Of course, this is full of companies that are showcasing so many products that are just eye-catching. Right. And so for me, it's a huge treat.
What you're seeing are some of the robotic arms made by this company called Nachi. It is a Japanese firm. Apparently, it is the first company ever to sign up for the CIIE at the inaugural event. So the very first company to join this massive fair full of companies, high-tech products, and gadgets. Now, to bring more insights into what these robots are doing, we're now joined by Mr. Zhou Guojie. He's the general manager of Nachi Fujikoshi China. 你好，非常谢谢. Thank you so much for joining us. Tell us a little bit of what these machines are, or robots are doing exactly.
Hello, welcome to Nachi Fujikoshi. So this is auto-loading robot. So for this kind of logistic auto-loading, so this robot is special in this kind of speed. So normal speed, almost 1,400, 200, this kind of per hour pieces. This time our newest product, his speed achieve 1,800 pieces per hour. So it is the fastest in the world.
So in a sense, it's very efficient, very, very efficient. It's all about efficiency.
Now this is only one of the applications, right? What other uses in what other settings can you use this technology? What other things can you do?
So this kind of facility, we just place in this kind of logistics center for this kind of rice, for this kind of some kind of, as you said, this kind of package here. So just using this kind for the production or something. Yeah.
He was telling me about the rice bags because of they're so heavy to be transported from one place to another, and now robotics arms are doing all those work, and it's doing it very fast.
Right,
That's what makes the difference. We see some more robotic arms over there. Why don't we move forward and tell us a little bit about those machines and products?
This machine, so just this time we moved these machines from Japan to China. So it's the same machine in our Japanese plant. So this kind of machine is more this kind of robot auto packing.
Auto packing?
Yes.
What does it pack?
So as you said, after our robot making, it's kind of auto-loading making. It means robot set robot.
Robots making robots.
Yeah.
Robots making robots. Is that what the future is going to look like?
It seems like it. So robots are going to replace other robots in the future.
Okay, now it's starting. We're giving you a vivid picture of what it does, right? And all these, I think there are dozens of robotic arms assembling, packaging at the same time, right?
Yeah. So as you said, here is only the packing line. There is a manufacturing line in Japan. So as I said, this he said show Japan situation. So this kind in case of the location not so big, right? So we cannot move this kind of Japanese line here. So we just place setting, and as you said, so we can connect to this Japan side. And
it's all connected.
Yes, it's kind of same timing. So there is assembly, there is a packing. So it's more
nice.
This is where products are packed and then sold.
Oh, interesting.
To both different parts of the world.
Okay. Now, of course, you have a very nice location right in front of the entrance. What is your main objective here at CIIE? What is it that you want to show the public?
We are the third time here. So from first time is 2018. Right. We are the first company get this contract with CIIE. So we are the #1 company joining this exhibition. So we pay more attention in Chinese market. So Chinese market is our very important market overseas. So we just place this kind of for the new product and new technology here. So we just want to show Chinese market our technology, and we want to know the needs in the market.
That's very well said. That's what companies are here for, showcasing their latest technologies and products at the fair. And we do have to point out that this year is very special because we're stuck in this pandemic. And that didn't stop your company from participating for the third time at the CIIE.
So I think it's the strength of China. Strong is China enough. So for this kind, according to this kind of special situation, CIIE just coming. So very, very strong. And we want to get this kind of deep cooperation with Chinese customer, Chinese government, and place new product and new technology here.
All right.
Well, you guys have certainly made an impression because not only are you showcasing, but you're showing off all these robotic arms. It's very eye-catching. You know, as soon as you walk in, you say, wow, look at all this.
Thank you so much.
So you guys did a great job here. I don't know about the robots of the past. They might need to get a labor union to try to keep their jobs because there's some new robots coming into town.
That is the challenge, right? Our human beings have to deal with probably in the next decade already.
Right.
We're in this new era of smart technologies that's really transforming our lives and production in fundamental ways.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr. Zhou, for joining our interview and our live stream.
Thank you so much.
That was the general manager
Thank you so much.
from
So I
Nachi.
think we can see you here next year, okay?
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Seems like they signed up for the 4th year.
Oh,
right,
wow,
to join
yeah.
the CIIE.
I mean, if they were able to do it this year, certainly, I mean, you can do it next year because the challenges this year, of course, were the pandemic, making sure that all the companies, you know, followed the entire process, were able to comply with all the regulations and the measures.
Indeed.
And and then they made it happen. It's happening right now. It's incredible.
And some 800 companies are showcasing their latest products and technologies at the fair, and the number of Fortune 500 companies and industry leaders has kept pace with previous years. That itself is a manifestation of the company's enthusiasm in the Chinese market as well as the fair.
Exactly. The current situation, economic situation worldwide is not very positive. Promising. So whenever they hear of an event like CIIE taking place, there's just no question that this is a place to come right now if you want your company to rebound, get back in the market, get back in the business.
I do want to mention one of those giant machines. It's the giant chiller made by an American company called Johnson Controls. It provides the central air conditioning for the entire pavilion and the venue, and it's the whole reason why we're not sweating so much as we browse and explore.
Yeah, and I'm sure that also plays a role in keeping good ventilation in the area because of COVID. You know,
Exactly.
you need to have
That
good
is very,
ventilation.
very important. So in the sense that this pavilion is not just about machines and gadgets, it is also about like these chillers, like welding machines that are really applied in all kinds of areas in the industrial world and really make a difference.
Exactly, and yeah, as you mentioned it, I'm not sweating. There are so many people out here, and yet it feels very comfortable. So that speaks volumes about the technology. Yeah.
Well, we have another company, GE, right here. All these big names have made it to this year's event, including 60 of Fortune 500 companies like GE, Microsoft, all those top-notch firms. So,
Exactly.
What is this attraction, you think? Like, why are they keep showing up at this fair?
Well, I think for many years now, you know, the Chinese market keeps growing and it has become a very powerful consumer market, and so obviously companies want to take advantage of that, and you know, 2020 is no exception. What do we got here, for example? What is this here?
Well, this is a company, ABB. I think our audience must know what the company does in smart manufacturing. And this is a lab where these robots are testing the COVID-19 virus and replacing human, like the medical staff. You know, traditionally it is the people on the front line who are at the risk of being exposed to the virus, testing all these samples, thousands of samples a day, and now they don't have to do it anymore. We have robots doing the job for them.
robots doing this. Okay, just a disclaimer to everybody watching, this is not the COVID-19 virus, this is not being exposed to everybody.
This is not a COVID-19. I shouldn't have said that.
No, I know what you meant, and no, you said that right, but it's a technology that's being displayed here for the purpose, especially nowadays, to perform these sort of test for COVID-19, of course.
Right, and it's already applied in Singapore as well as in Milan. It cooperates with like various medical institutions. For example, in Milan, one university is cooperating with this company and using these machines in their labs. It raises accuracy, increases the safety for medical staff, and it just does all kinds of good given that we're in this pandemic. And that's what I want to mention, that this entire pavilion, we see a lot of traces of medical equipment as well, even though this is called the high-end equipment pavilion.
Right.
Companies are brainstorming and coming up with solutions to fight this pandemic altogether.
And you know, one common theme that I've noticed just so far, robotics are playing such an important role in what is the future, right? So the technology kind of revolves around robotics, mechanics. You got a lot of engineering going on, and it's just like you mentioned, it crosses platforms with, you know, the medical industry, consumer industry, like the communications, you name it. But yeah, that's something that I just noticed in this little walk, little tour that we've had. And robotics are just very present.
We were just talking about what the future would look like, and it seems like this pavilion would tell you all about it. That this is where we want. Well, we're heading left to another booth that is known for making escalators. I mean, like, for normal people, they might think, what's so special about escalators, right? We ride on them day and night, nothing special. But we'll tell you what the future may look like.
You know, if it wasn't for escalators, I think everybody here would be so exhausted because it's such a huge venue.
Right.
And several floors. And but anyway, that's just a little example. We sometimes tend to underappreciate, you know, that sort of technology as well. Of course, all the gadgets are very flashy and all that kind of stuff, but you know, when we go back to simple mechanics like escalators, you know, people might not, like you said, might not think about that as, you know, the ways to the future. So let's find out what else, you know, how do they apply this technology into the future, right? Because we want to know. Oh,
and the Altus, this booth where we just stopping by, is a famous escalator maker, but they're not just bringing their escalators, ordinary escalators to the fair, but a smart digital solution. And we're going to talk to
one of the representatives of Otis.
One of the representatives.
Okay. And Otis, for our audience, if you can tell me if I'm wrong, Otis is an American company, is that correct? That's based on my understanding, but we can ask.
We'll ask. We have a lot of questions for them. They have shown a lot of. Well, thank you so much. We are from CGTN live stream, and we were wondering, you know, Otis is a very famous escalator maker.
Yeah.
What are you bringing this time to the CIIE?
Okay, for the CIIE, actually, we are talking mostly the focus on the one of the key features about intelligence. Yeah, especially like this the robot. You know, it's the image in the robot. They can also take the elevators like the human being work together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. The second one is about non-touchless. This is because by the public health situation, so we deliver multiple touchless solution. Whether using gesture recognition or using the cup sensor sensors, and also we can need to make call the elevators from the mobile phone. And also actually it is seamless elevator call. So when the human is moving close to the elevators, the mobile phone could be automatically called elevator for you because based on the signal strength.
Okay, wow. I never imagined, you know, elevators and escalators communicating with our devices. Like,
yeah.
We live in a very interconnected world. Well, we see an escalator right here.
Yeah.
Can we take a ride?
That's fine.
Okay.
So we have a computer here because the Otis have two brands in China. One is Otis, the other one is Otis Electrical. So that's a separate operations. Yeah.
So in the future, you were saying that robots will ride on elevators and maybe deliver food packages to each household?
Yeah, actually it's not the future, actually it's now.
It is happening now.
Now, yes.
We have one right here.
Yeah, so So we can, today, you know, we found a lot of the applications and the use cases for this kind of mobile robots, like the reception, like the food delivery, like the parcel delivery, like the security patrol, like the in the factory they can send the different luggages or different waters. Try to because this mobile platform could be replace human legs. Yeah.
Okay.
And also in museums now they found the robot that could be replaced the human being and to walk around to show the visitors around.
Well, does this robot have a name? I'm sorry.
Oh, does it have a name?
This one, this one actually we call this Mr. Otis.
Mr.
Yeah,
Otis.
Mr. Otis.
Yeah,
Okay,
Mr. Otis,
that's a good name. Oh,
Yeah.
is
Because
he gonna take the elevator?
Yes, that's sure. Yeah.
Okay. Can we press the button and?
Can you make it? Yeah. Okay.
It is funny. Mr. Otis dressed for success and for business. He's got a whole suit and a tie. I like that.
Oh, it's gonna enter the.
Oh, so is it also calling for the elevator? Oh, nice.
Yes, because it automatically call the elevators and then up to the second floor, and after that complete the delivery, he will come back again by itself.
Can we ride with him or no? Can we
we-
go
can we
inside?
also go
Yes, definitely, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. Because this actually is of the new system. The new dispatches. This dispatch not only dispatch human, but also dispatch robots, and they can work together. And in our design philosophies, we believe that, sometimes maybe there's a conflict because people want to get in, and also robots want to get in. Now we believe the human would be first.
Nice.
In our design philosophy, human is first. Yeah.
Human first. Always.
That's
Thank
a
God
great
they
philosophy.
put human first, because I was gonna worry. Oh, where did it go?
Disappeared
Oh,
Remote to the second floor. Yeah.
I already moved to the second floor. So where are we going? Are we also going to the second floor?
Yeah.
Or?
Okay, very nice.
After going to the second floor, the robot will come back and then move to the original packing station.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
That's pretty cool.
That is very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a great point. I was staying in a hotel here in Shanghai a couple weeks ago, and they had. Oh, there he is.
Oh, there he
Mr.
is.
Otis.
Is he
Yeah, look, he will be, because we didn't go out, he will be let the human go out and then come the human first.
Oh,
Yeah, and then he will take the elevators.
I see.
Yeah.
So we can take that down.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
true.
Shall we?
Yeah, should we let the cameraman go first?
Okay.
Let's see.
And then this one is also all of the escalators. And one of the key features is because all the hand here is also a UVC satellite.
Okay. We can
Oh,
start walking.
sanitized. That's
Yes.
interesting. Okay. Now, Hui, does this remind you of anything? Just kind of like,
You mean Trump
Trump coming down the elevator.
Yeah.
waving to people?
Yeah, clapping.
I mean, I don't think I've visited one booth that has a real escalator on the spot.
Yeah,
right?
that's pretty crazy.
That's pretty crazy. And
Elevator and then it's
and
crazy.
we were we were almost like riding it with a robot.
and with a yeah, exactly.
It's very futuristic. This is what I want to get to our audience. This entire pavilion is just so futuristic.
It is, and they were able to do that in such a small space actually, compared to many of the other companies here. They were able to utilize the space, bring this entire machinery, and then have it on display for people to use and test. That is, it's great. It speaks to like the commitment of the companies to want to show their best. And
Right.
so that's very impressive.
This is Jessica, Jessica, the communication head leading the head of the China. Maybe
Okay.
Yeah, she can talk about it.
Okay, I'll let you talk to her.
我找一个。
没事没事. Well, we've shown you the escalator and the
Sure.
elevator, what it can do in the future, and now we are gonna head over to another booth because it's time to, I don't know, get some ice cream. Are you like an ice cream person or?
You know what? We had lunch and I haven't had my dessert. So what you just said right now is
Okay.
Sounds great to me.
Because I'm sweating a little bit because that place was a little bit humid.
Yeah.
Now we are heading to another booth, but it takes a little bit of a walk
We're
here.
gonna go this way.
We're gonna go this way.
Oh, okay. All right. And see, you've been here before, right? You've been at the CIIE before. What have you seen? What are the differences that you see between the first year and this year?
Well, the inaugural event, I was definitely my mind was blown away. I was just, to be honest, it was a little bit overwhelmed by how big it is.
Right.
And this time, I think I'm just so surprised that companies are still showing up given the pandemic. I think it's a testimony of A, China's commitment to further opening up, and B, the attraction of Chinese market. They really dig in and come up with solutions that are customized for this particular market. And C, I think it reconnects companies with buyers and partners because that was being cut off by the pandemic.
Right.
And now that is reconnected so that companies can get their operation back to some sort of normalcy.
Exactly.
That is, I think the difference, the biggest difference from the inaugural event is the pandemic.
Right. You know, I was talking to people out in the streets before CIIE kicked off, and I was asking them those same questions. You know, are you surprised that China was able to pull this off? You know, given that we are in the middle of a pandemic, and a lot of people, half of them that said that they were not surprised because they knew of all the efforts that have gone in, and the other people, mainly the foreigners, were very surprised because they did not expect something like this could be possible. And so this, like you said, it speaks to the commitment, the efforts, and it gives a lot of hope. A lot of hope to companies and a lot of hope to people out there that things will rebound soon, and hopefully this is a good start.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a bit loud in here, but I hear you very clearly because I was also at the opening ceremony this year, and Chinese President Xi was making a speech via video, and he said that the lesson we learned from the pandemic is no country can stand on its own. We need solidarity and cooperation, and venues like these, fairs like these, is a great example of how different companies are pulling together. It is not just a buying or selling where deals are made, right? $70 million deals were reached last year. Probably the figure is going to be bigger this year, but it's also about coming up with solutions together, right? What products are most effective in dealing with the pandemic? How can digital technology really make a difference in a crisis like this? And the moment we are walking, we are just about to enter into another hall of the high-end equipment pavilion. It is one of the three main halls. A little bit quieter here.
Yeah, a little bit less people. It doesn't mean that it's any less important. You know, there's so many companies out here too that are trying to make a deal like you mentioned. There were 71 billion, deals that were agreed to last year.
Right.
So they're all here trying to showcase the best of their products and trying to make some money. I mean, it's business, right?
It's business.
Business.
Business talks.
So you're walking me over to. You said you were going to promise me some ice cream. Yeah.
I promised you that I'll give you some ice cream. Well, there's a bit of a line there, but
okay. Let's see.
Let's see.
Surely it's worth making that line here. So now this company, you were talking about this ice cream maker.
I already had a bite. I already had a try yesterday. Because I was just so attracted to the idea that robots can make ice cream for you. So instead of having a staff at the McDonald's, for example, making all the ice cream, now you have robots. And as we said, this is what future looks like, right?
So, okay, again, and we're incorporating, robots. Robots playing such a huge role in what we consider to be the future. And although I would argue, Hui, that the future is now here, because even though this is impressive, it is not the first time I've seen it here in China. Back in Beijing, I saw it once, and I saw the same thing, robotic arms trying to, serve ice cream, and it was such a, incredible experience. When you're a kid, you think, that this kind of technology would never come in your lifetime, and then suddenly it's just there.
It's
so
something
impressive.
you would come across in movies, like in sci-fi, for example,
Exactly.
but not in real life. But as you said, it is not just the future, it is also the present.
Yeah.
Right? Because the company's representative yesterday told me that in multiple entertainment parks, carnivals, this is already happening where customers get their ice cream not from a staff, but from a robot instead. And I think you can see a lot of visitors are scanning, are making. That's another part of the technology, mobile payment. We don't need cash anymore. We can just do it on our phone, a simple click that will get you the ice cream.
You know what? I'm going to test that
You're going to
right
test
now.
it? All right.
So it accepts both WeChat and Alipay, right? So I'm going to go into my Alipay. And I'm just gonna scan this code that's right here. And I'm gonna wait until they finish processing their order so I can scan mine.
Okay.
So
now
we can see.
you're a pro. I see that you've lived in China for a long time, right?
If you want to survive in China, you need to learn the technology.
You gotta get rid of your cash and download this app called Alipay or WeChat
or
Pay.
WeChat, so convenient. You know, you
convenient.
I don't carry a wallet anymore.
Okay.
And I'm sure that was such an impressive thing a few years back. Now it's just the most normal thing here in China is to carry all your cash payments on your phone.
I mean, the purpose of technology is to making our lives a little bit easier and more convenient with less, time to wait, or like you don't have to exchange money, get all those coins. And similar with the ice cream maker, it's for the same purpose. Well, we have company's representative join us in our live stream. Seems because there's a little bit of a wait here.
A queue, yeah.
这个想问一下，它的最大的一个特点是什么？能给我们介绍一下？这个是叫冷饮，什么无人冷饮贩售机。
对，它最大的一个特点就是说，希望通过机器人去改变线下零售业依赖人工的一个特点。简单的来说，就是用机器人去替换人。那这样一款设备的话，其实相对来说，它会解决线下的几个问题。一个就是说依赖大量的人工，因为人工成本高了；另外的话就是人工的流动率大，培训成本高。那通过这样一款设备的话，首先你的投放会变得比人工要简单；另外的话，你的运营你的管理都会比相对都会变得简单。
我给观众翻译一下。So he was saying that the human costs have been rising very rapidly, not just they move around, they quit their jobs, and the cost of training them has risen up. And this machine is having robots replacing human labor to save costs for companies, for entertainment parks. 然后它其实非常的智能，是吧？它不光能做冰淇淋，它也能做咖啡，以后可能还能做别的。
对，你可以把机器人就看作是个人，里面所有跟它匹配的都是一个个单独的模块。如果您今天需要的是面对的客群是孩子，那它可以卖冰淇淋；如果比如说您面对的是成人，它可以做咖啡。当然，我们还能让它提供，比如说类似像鲷鱼烧、烤肠、披萨、寿司等等等等，只要是人工能做的，它都可以做。
So it can make anything that we can make: pizzas, sausages, roast chicken, whatever.
Multiple uses.
You put it in the entertainment part, it comes up with smoked hams or ice cream. But if you put it somewhere else in a restaurant, I don't know. 它是不是也可以在餐厅啊，什么各种场合都可以？像那个机场可能是橙子是吗？
对，它不是因为它的这样一个模块化的模式，所以它的任何运营场景以及客群都是不受限制的。
明白。我们能不能，他们这个队伍有点长，我们能不能先做一个看看这个？
当然，等到这位小姐忙完以后，您这边做个。
All right, we'll
we
wait
can try
until she finished.
Until she finishes.
We'll have to get our ice cream because that is the one thing I really, really want
Exactly.
today. It has multiple flavors. That's vanilla.
The other one, it seemed like some sort of berry, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. Okay, so I've got this scanned here. 我可以一个。
它好像 it's still making. It says it's still making the process. And
so we got vanilla right here. What would this be? I'm sorry, guys. I don't read Chinese. At least not yet.
I don't know how to translate. I think it's
maybe like a coriander. No, that would be
I'll
weird.
stick with vanilla. That's always
vanilla.
a safe choice.
Okay, yeah, you're right. So again, your two payment options. Basically, we scan the code, and then the robot does the rest. Correct?
Right.
Yeah, it's
You said you've seen it in Beijing. Where?
Yeah, I saw it at a carnival.
Carnival?
Yeah, so they were having an event, and so there was a stand, and basically the robot was just there serving ice cream. And, this is something that I never saw back home in the States. And so it speaks, again, to how fast, the world is moving using technology.
All
okay,
right.
So let's
I
try
think
this.
It's your turn.
Okay, I just scanned it. Oh, I have to
you have to
touch
click
it first. We close
All right.
it. Vanilla.
购买单品. All right.
Okay, now I scan it.
Now you scan it.
Okay, let's see.
Let's see. All right, got it.
Pull back a little. All right.
By the way, it's only 5
Kwai,
RMB, which is less than
$1. That's crazy. Okay.
For decent ice cream made by robot, I think it's very well
it's
worth it. Right?
Yeah, you would think because of the investment they've made to get a robot to do this.
Right.
So I guess we've come at a time where this technology is much more affordable for businesses to be able to incorporate this and try to make money, right? So now it's making our ice cream here.
It is making our ice cream. 在做我们的这个冰淇淋哈。
And so you were telling me earlier that because this is a Japanese company, Kawasaki,
Right.
They usually serve ice cream in a cone.
Right.
Okay, I see.
这个日本这个冰淇淋都是带着这个蛋筒，是吧？
对，
一般不太会放在杯子。
Wow,
对，
guys.
因为真正的日式软冰淇淋的话，它就是要结合
I'm gonna take off my mask
软冰淇淋的
here, just
口
so I
感，
can
加
enjoy
上
this.
那个脆脆的一个蛋筒一起吃，那才对。
Oh, there you
Wow.
go.
Take a look.
First time last time I saw the robot, I didn't buy ice cream. This time, I'm trying it. So
All right.
if you don't mind, I'm gonna go ahead.
I don't mind at all.
Are you gonna buy
I'm
one for
gonna buy
yourself?
one after the ice
Okay.
cream, but go ahead.
Oh yeah, this is good. I needed this.
The texture is good.
I needed this. Yeah, perfectly. I mean, it's not spilling. The cone is intact. This is great. It's precise technology.
Can you imagine one of the benefits of coming to this fair is not just to see all those gadgets, but also eat ice cream and having a sort of multi-sensory experience, right? You see, you hear, you look, and you taste.
Yeah, that's a great point. You put that very well. And this is such a treat. Not just the tour that we went through right now, talking and getting to know about all these products and these companies, but then ending this with a treat. So,
With a treat. I'm going to get mine after the live stream, but I think I've shown our audience a holistic sort of a tour of this high-end equipment pavilion. There are 6 of them at the CIIE, but the high-end equipment pavilion is definitely one of the most popular for all those reasons we're talking about, the gadgets, the robots, the machines, and the ice cream.
And the ice cream.
All right.
Perfect way to end this. Guys, stay tuned for all of our live coverage here at CIIE in Shanghai. We have many more days to go, and stay tuned and stay engaged on our social media platforms as well. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Thank you.